Cortero, and I am here representing Holistic Health Marketplace. I'm actually inside of our store today. So in case you don't know, we are an all-natural vitamin and supplement store located in Ballston Spa, New York. We only have the most top quality products with no added sugars and fillers and only pure ingredients that we trust and that we use ourselves. So if you haven't been tuning in the past couple months, what I've been doing is I've been taking one of the products that we have in our store every week and I make a video, a silly video, and I talk about our product, I explain what it is, and I do it in a way that anybody can understand. So you don't have to have any knowledge of health or vitamins whatsoever. And it's my goal is to help you understand it a little bit more and just to come at it from a normal person's perspective, which is kind of what I am. So I do want to take a minute and thank you all for your support. I did not post a video last week. Those of you that have been tuning in a couple weeks ago, you know that I went to Virginia Beach to be with my family. My grandmother did pass away, but we got to see her before she did. And it was wonderful to be with family and to get to see her before she passed. And it was a 12-hour drive each way. I brought all 6 of my kids with me, and by the time I got back, I was out. I was exhausted, and so I did not post last week. So you are overdue for this video. And today is actually going to be a little unique. It's not going to be kind of silly, which I promise I'll get back to, but today is a 2-part video. The first part, I'm going to do the video you've been waiting for, which is why I'm in the store. So today, I'm going to talk to you about what one product you should buy. Meaning, if you're looking and you're saying, listen, I'm just starting out with all this. I don't want to spend a ton of money. I don't want to buy 17 different products. So if I was to only buy one thing from your store, what would you recommend? That's what I'm going to tell you. And then the second part of this video, I'm going to get a little deep with you and I'm going to share my personal story. So I was diagnosed several years ago with something kind of rare. It has made a huge impact on it. It's changed my life in many ways, not for the better. I went through the medical community, a lot of doctors and hospitals and medications, and I would like to share a little bit of that with you and how I got to where I am. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So for the first part, now because it's been a couple weeks, I kind of feel like it's been this big buildup, like what is the mystery product? And I'm sorry because I'm afraid this is gonna be a little disappointing. This isn't gonna blow your mind, but here we go. What one product from our store do I recommend if you're only gonna buy one thing? Here we go. It is a lovely rainy day. So if you walk in, this is what you'll see. That is the chiropractic's office, and this is Holistic Health Marketplace. So when you walk in, here we are, there's somebody there, and here's our store. So it's broken up into categories. So this is the CBD wall here. Excellent products, by the way. All kind of categories. So you have meal replacements, you have bone and joint things, you have detox, and then you have the basics. And this is where I'm gonna take you today. So if you are just starting out, or maybe you're not just starting out, maybe you just don't wanna get a whole bunch of things. So you're saying, look, I'm gonna strip it down. I only want one thing to take every day. What I suggest is a top-notch multivitamin. I know, that's not groundbreaking. That's not super exciting. But let me tell you something. If you just run to any drugstore and get a multivitamin, you're gonna get a fraction of what you need. It's not gonna be a high percentage. It's not gonna be quality vitamins. There's gonna be a lot of additives and fillers, and you might not even be able to digest it properly. So you're not gonna be getting most of what's in there. So what I would recommend is this top shelf here, not all of it, just pick one thing that suits your needs best. So the first one I'm going to show you, Primal Multi. This is a solid multivitamin, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a multivitamin. It just has everything you need in it, just everything. I mean, everything. Why is it called primal? I'll tell you why, because it's paleo friendly. This is vegetarian capsules. So if you're on a paleo way of living or very to the earth type of living, this is what you're gonna want. Paleo friendly, down to the basics, everything that you need. Your energy will go up, and just, it really is quite incredible. And if you actually look it up on Amazon, it has almost perfect ratings from everybody who's tried it. Then you have Phyto Multi. This is another multivitamin, okay? Except this one has a few added things in it that are gonna help you more on a cellular level, which is just down into your cells. There's some extra things added into here that's gonna help on a cellular level. So I don't think I'm saying that word very well, my apologies. Then we have this. It's another multivitamin, but this is a box, and what it is it comes with packets. So there are 30 packets in here. So every day you just grab a packet, and inside that packet is several pills that you can take. So you are getting a lot of things in it, but you don't have to have all these different bottles. It's all pre-made for you. So every day you reach in, you grab your packet, you open it, you take your pills, and you've got a bunch of vitamins and supplements and things that you need. This is fantastic. Then you have liquid form. So not everybody can swallow tablets. So then we have liquid forms of multivitamins. We have just regular one. We have one without iron, if maybe that's an issue for you, or for some reason you can't have extra iron. We have one without iron, and we have one for pregnant women. So a liquid multivitamin, which has some extra prenatal vitamins in it. So I'm not recommending you get all of this. I'm recommending you choose one. So find the one that suits you. First, narrow it down. Do I want capsule or do I want liquid? If you say, oh, I kind of want a capsule, say, okay. Do you want to take everything you need in one, or do you want to get a few extra vitamins in there and you're willing to take several capsules? Or you have to say to yourself, well, I'm a vegetarian and I live paleo, and you're going to want to go with that one. So just pick one, because our products, they have everything that you need to get started. On a very basic level, this will boost you up. You will see an increase in energy, in attention and focus, even in your moods, and it just is gonna help you. Your vitamin D, your vitamin C, all the things that we've been talking about is in here. So there you go. Here's one product. Now, the cool thing is we also have them for kids. So over there, I showed you the multivitamins for adults, but we also have the same products only for kids. So you have liquid form right here, and then we have a chewable multivitamin, which tastes like berries. So I have 6 kids. We keep a multivitamin at home for them. Once a day, very easy. So decide, does your kid want to chew? And it does taste good. I've actually taken it. It tastes good. Or do they want to drink? Whichever one's going to be easiest for your child. But this, again, it has so many vitamins and minerals and things. Look at all of that in there. And they're top quality. They're solid ingredients. No extra sugars and additives and things that you don't need. So again, if you're going to go the way of just one product, get yourself a great multivitamin. Get your child a great multivitamin. And then you've gone from here and you've just shot yourself up here on the journey toward healthy living. I hope this wasn't a letdown. I know, but this wasn't some crazy, awesome secret product. But honestly, if you're gonna only get one thing, a multivitamin is the way to go, because it's a lot of things in one. In future videos, I am gonna say the next step. So you have your multivitamin, what next? If I wanna get maybe 2 or 3 more things, and we'll talk about kind of what the next level would be if you wanna go there. But for today, multivitamin. If you take nothing and you're just getting started, or you don't wanna get overwhelmed, come in here and get yourself a multivitamin. Thank you for tuning in. And if you hear nothing else in this video, then hear this. Get yourself a great multivitamin. That's the takeaway from this video. Get a great multivitamin. We have plenty to choose from. But now I'm gonna take the second half of this video and I'm gonna share my story with you. I don't do this all the time, not because I don't mind talking about it, it's very emotional to tell the whole story, but I'm gonna share it with you because there's a reason I call myself a normal person. There's a reason I wanted to make these videos, and that's because I was a typical American mother. I have 6 children, they're all mine. I gave birth every year for 6 years, no twins. So I was pregnant most of the time. I have lots of children. I loved it. I was a pastor's wife. I was a minister myself and a worship leader. And I was just doing life the way so many people do. We were American healthy. So my kids ate Lunchables and Pop-Tarts and juice boxes, but I would try to buy the organic kind or slip some vegetables in there. And I trusted the medical community. We were an average family. But then I got mastitis after the birth of my son. Most of you probably know what that is. It's a breastfeeding infection. You get a clogged milk duct and you get an infection. It's usually not a big deal. You can treat it naturally or with antibiotics. But in my case, I got it very severely. I woke up perfectly fine in the morning, and then 4 hours later, I was being rushed away in an ambulance because I was incoherent. I had a fever. I wasn't recognizing the people around me. I just had a very potent infection. So I spent several days in the hospital while they tried different antibiotics. None of them were working. So they were running tests, and I was kept there for a while, and finally they found an antibiotic that was working. It's called Bactrim. So I was discharged a few days later, and I was given Bactrim. 10 days later, 10 days after being on Bactrim is when my nightmare began. That's when I was diagnosed with Stevens-Johnson syndrome. You can Google it, but I have to warn you, the pictures are very graphic. So on the 10th day, I woke up and I looked like a burn victim, if you will. I was taken immediately to an infectious disease specialist where he told me I had Stevens-Johnson syndrome. What that basically is I went through several weeks where my body was attacking itself, and I was literally burning from the inside out. The membranes around my liver, my kidneys, my eyeballs, and my skin all burned off. I lost layers of skin. My eyes were red and swollen. My liver and kidneys had to be tested for weeks and weeks and weeks. It was a very painful and very scary process. They did everything they could, but it has to just run its course, and then you're left with whatever damage it's done. It took 6 months for me to recover to what my new normal would be. And my new normal was headaches, fatigue, extreme exhaustion, needing twice the amount of sleep as a normal person, but the worst of all was the nerve pain. So everywhere that my skin burned off, I felt like I was feeling everything. The wind that blew by, when my hair touched my arm, when I put a shirt on, it was as if my nerves were exposed, and I felt every bit of that pain. I saw so many doctors over the next several years. An eye doctor I had to see for a year when he finally concluded that my eye damage was permanent. I had skin issues. I just saw so many different doctors, and I was a good patient. Whatever they gave me, I took it, and I was on over 15 different medications, each one with their own set of side effects and issues. I was moody and irritable. My personality was changing. Some of the medications, I thought I was going crazy, and I still had headaches and exhaustion and nerve pain. I remember deteriorating very, very slowly as I trusted them and as I did what they said, The years went on and I was worse and worse and worse. I remember the night they put me on fentanyl while I was already on morphine and oxycodone. I stopped breathing 3 times that night. I woke up the next day and I said, how am I still here? At that point, I couldn't walk anymore. If I was able to walk, I had to use a cane. I was skin and bones. I barely ever left my bed. I lost years of time with my children. We were $60,000 in debt, and I was worse off than ever before. And I remember one night I went to bed and I woke up in the hospital. Apparently in the middle of the night, I got up and I passed out and I woke up in the hospital and they were running all these tests, and the emergency room doctor looked at me and he said, what are you doing about your liver failure? I didn't even know that that was happening. I just knew I was too tired to even care. And I went home that night and I felt like I had a choice to make. I felt like whether I was gonna live or die was up to me. And part of me wanted to give up. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to live like that anymore. I weighed nothing. I couldn't walk. I couldn't spend time with my kids. I was in agony all the time and so drugged out that what was even the point? But I decided to live. I decided to do whatever it took to stay alive. I started eating. Even if I threw it up after, I would try again. And I worked very hard to put weight back on, and it took years, but I got off of every single medication except one. To date, I am still on pain medication for my nerve pain. And I get more tired than the average person, but now I know how to work my life around it. I don't fight it anymore. I'll have a nice day, or if we're planning a trip, I say, well, I need to take a nap, every day just for a little bit. I take my pain medication and I do the best that I can. But for 8 years, I have not had one single day that I have not been in pain. And that has been very, very difficult. If you're not somebody with a chronic condition, then you don't understand. If you are somebody, then you understand all too well how hard it is to try to be a normal person when you have something else going on. Then I met my husband, Dr. Michael Cortero. And let me tell you something, when he started talking about health and wellness, I think I cried. I have PTSD without a doubt when it comes to medicine and health, because I don't ever want to go back there again. I don't ever want to get back to a place where I'm so focused and I start taking this and I take that and my life becomes a mess. I didn't want to go back there again. But through his love and his patience and his knowledge, all he started doing was teaching me about natural things. He never forced anything on me. I decided, okay, well, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try some of that CBD. And then I would take it for a couple days and then I would stop and I would put it away. Say, no, it's too much, I can't. And I would get overwhelmed. But slowly I started to realize, well, my moods are much better when I use my CBD. So I would do that regularly. Then I noticed, okay, when I take B vitamin, my energy's up a little bit. And then even now, I still have times where I won't take them or I'll forget, and I notice such a difference. But now my health is in my hands. These are choices I make based on getting educated and based on the good products that I'm taking. I'm choosing to be the best version of myself that I can be. I may never be fully healed. I may never be pain-free. I may never have the energy of the people around me, but I can reach new heights and reach new goals, and I can fix some of the things that are wrong. And that's why I have gone on this journey toward natural health. That's why I've started examining what I eat and the vitamins that I take, because I want to be the best me possible. But don't be discouraged. It has to be at your timetable. It has to be because you want to, and it has to be something you're comfortable with. As I said, I have been in pain. Nerve pain is what I deal with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 8 straight years now. That hasn't magically gone away because I take vitamins. But the other things around it that are able to be improved on have been, and that's changed my life dramatically. So I'm grateful to my husband for being who he is, but for starting this company, for having great products, and for teaching me. And that's what I want to do for you. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything, a product or my story, or maybe you want to share your story with me, please email me. My email address is theladyq@yahoo.com. I'm open to talking. I love to hear from you, so go ahead and shoot me an email. And our new website has dropped. I'm so excited because it's sleek, it's user-friendly, it's really nice to look at. So come check us out at www.hhhmarket.com. Come check us out. Do yourself a favor, order a multivitamin, or come into our store in Ballston Spa, New York, and get a great multivitamin for yourself or for your children. But thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.